Hi, and welcome to a little tutorial about setting up an assignment in Google Classroom. Now, there is, jumping back a step, if you did need a tutorial to get you started on Google Classroom, it is on this website where I've been chucking all of our tutorials, so you can always go back and find that. It's sites.google, oh, that's a long address, .com/maristcollege.school.nz, blah, blah, blah. I can email it to the link to you if that's easier than typing it in, because that's horrendous. And you would go to Google Apps and you would go down looking for Google Classroom, and there it is. And it's a huge long tutorial that covers tons of stuff. A few things in that are slightly out of date, like we no longer get assignments and announcements up here like this, but I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, so assuming you are in already to Google Classroom and you've got a classroom set up, I'm going to use this class called Test Class so that I can make a big mess and not worry about it. The first time you're in Google Classroom, you see this little post. You can ignore it. I think we've all sussed how to create announcements in Classroom where you go blah, blah, blah. Oops. Blah, blah. And you just post. And it appears in your stream of your classroom. Now, moving up a step from there, we're up to assignments. So you go down to the little plus on the bottom right, create assignment. The title of the assignment, whatever you want to call it, do this, please. The instructions you would write there, telling them what you want to do with it. You could set a date, or you can leave it wide open. If you want to set the date, you choose the calendar. You can choose a topic if you want it. You don't need to, but sometimes, like by the end of the year, I have loads of assignments and info, and if I want to go back and look at it, if I've got a topic in there, that means I can just look for the first unit of work or something like that. But for now, don't worry about it. Sorry, shouldn't have even mentioned it. Just trying to confuse you. Okay, this is where it gets useful, because with an assignment, sometimes you just want the kids to upload something in any format, but often you want to give the kids a question sheet or a template or something like that, and that's where you use these. So you could give them all a document that you want them to fill in using this one, which is just like an attachment in an email. You're attaching a file to the assignment. This one here is the one that I use most often, and this little link means Google Drive. So often I go into Google Drive and I've got a template or a question sheet already set up. Say, oh, those ones are actual kids ones. I won't show you those. This one's just random student instructions. Once you've put that one into your assignment, you can choose here whether it's just a sheet of info that you want the kids to read, whether you want to let the whole class edit it, or whether you want to make a copy for each student. And this one's quite cool, because if I make a copy for each student, actually this won't show up because there's no students in this pretend class, but if you make a copy for each student, I'll show you what it does next because it's quite fun. Then you go assign, and it thinks for a minute, and then it shows up in here, and all the kids who've been using Classroom now know kind of that if the heading's in bold like that, that it's an assignment, and they know that if they click on that, they can find their way to the work. Their view is different from this. I'd just play it by ear and get them to show you what they see when they log into it. Now I'm going to show you what I see in one of my other classes that has got assignments on the go. And let's say we're in the Year 11 class. We've got posts. Where's my scroll bar? We've got there's an assignment there. You click on that, and from the teacher view, you can see the students. Oh, they all say not done, but that's just because the kids haven't clicked the button saying finished, but their work is actually still there. So it has kind of put all their work in one easy to find place, and I can, if it's the sort of thing I want to grade, I can enter grades there, and I can change it so that it's out of 100 points or 10 points or whatever you want. It only does numeric grades. Actually, let's just try it. Oh, okay, it kind of looks weird if you want to just type a word. But you don't even have to use that, because we already use a marked book somewhere else. Maybe that's just doubling up. Okay, so these students each have a file that, because I set this one, I gave them a template in Google Drive, and what that did was it created for each student a copy of that file, and it automatically put their name on the side of it. So each student now has their own copy of that document, the question sheet, and they've been going through filling in all of their answers in it. If I was to look at it from a whole different point of view, in my Drive, my Google Docs, I have somewhere, hopefully, got a folder called Classroom. I may have shifted it into a different folder when I was tidying up. I'll just check if I can find it. Oh, the scrolling there. Classroom. In Classroom, I have each of my classes. It does this automatically. It sets up the folder structure, and I have each of my assignments. So if I click into there, I can see this is a whole different way of viewing all those same documents that I was looking at there. So, and it doesn't matter which way you find it, that's the same document. If I click on this document here, it's going to take me to that exact same document that I was looking at for Aya over there. And then you mark it, you comment on it, you say your work is great, and comment on it, and the kids are starting to learn how to see comments and all that sort of thing. And I think that's possibly enough info for now. Give us a yell if you have questions. Stop the